What is the Coase theorem? Have you ever wondered how property rights affect negotiations in the market? The Coase theorem offers an interesting perspective on this topic. Developed by economist Ronald Coase, this theorem suggests that if there are no transaction costs, perfect competition, and no income effects, parties can negotiate to reach an efficient outcome. This means that it does not matter who holds the property rights initially. The parties involved will find a way to settle their differences. In theory, this implies that government intervention may not be necessary. If everyone can negotiate freely, they can internalize externalities, which are costs or benefits that affect third parties who are not involved in the transaction. For example, if a factory pollutes a river, the factory and the affected fishermen could negotiate a solution that benefits both parties. However, the Coase theorem is often criticized, especially from a socialist viewpoint. Socialists argue that this theorem is overly optimistic because it assumes a perfect world where everyone has equal power and access to resources. In reality, transaction costs exist, and competition is rarely perfect. Socialists also point out that the Coase theorem overlooks how property rights can lead to inequalities. When property rights are concentrated in the hands of a few, it can create significant disparities in wealth and power. This is a central concern in socialist theory, which advocates for a more equitable distribution of resources. In the context of market failures, socialists might see the Coase theorem as a justification for laissez-faire economics. This approach can worsen market failures by ignoring the role of power dynamics in negotiations. They often argue for government intervention to address these failures and ensure fair economic outcomes for everyone. While the Coase theorem has influenced discussions around property rights and externalities, its practical applications are limited. The ideal conditions it assumes rarely exist in the real world. Instead of relying solely on this theorem, many believe that policymakers should focus on creating a fairer economic system. This system would address the social costs and inequalities that arise in market transactions, ensuring that all members of society benefit. So, the next time you think about property rights and market negotiations, remember the Coase theorem and its implications. It raises important questions about fairness and equity in our economic systems.